All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to our English class. I hope everybody is settled in. I hope everybody is ready for a new learning session this evening. Again, welcome back to our English class. Today, on this session, we are going to continue with our topic discussion on places. So you are going to meet more vocabulary that pertains or is under the category of places. Before that, let's try to do a review. Now, last meeting yesterday, we started with a whole new topic on places. Again, what are places? Places are locations where we live, we work, we learn, and we play. So we explored various types of places starting yesterday, and of course, other anxiety environments in our communities. So these are places are more of the specific fixed geographical locations where we spend the various moments of our daily lives. They are the destinations that give purpose to our journeys and the reason why we use roads, why we use vehicles. So a place is not merely an empty space or a generic area, but it is a location with a specific identity and, of course, a clear function within a neighborhood. Okay, so that is a place. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, there are different functions that pertains to place. So there are places for living. What are they? Or what are these? These are the environments where people reside. They provide shelter, safety, and a private space for rest and family life. Next, we have places for working. These are locations established for professional tasks and labor. They are the centers of production and services where people go to earn a living. Next, we have places for learning. Okay, these are settings or locations dedicated to education and the acquisition of new skills. They serve as hubs for knowledge where people of all ages grow and develop. And then last one is places for playing. Now these are areas this reserved for recreation, for sports, social interaction, anything. So they provide the space necessary for health, for fun, and for community connection. So sorry for that. Anyway, let's continue. So that is how we define the word places. Now, of course, yesterday you were introduced to vocabularies that pertains to places, but we categorize it. Had so we started with different categories. First two categories. Our first two categories pertains to school places, and then the next one is all about the towns or city places. Again, first is school places, second is town or city places. So let's do a quick review of these terms that you've met yesterday. Now, a school place is more than just a building or a piece of land. It is a location with a special job. So use transportation, no, that we've learned before this topic. So we call when we have many different places close together, we call that a neighborhood or a community. Okay. Well, the main idea of a place is that it helps us to do the things we need to do to have a good life, right? So that is school places. Now we have four different type or category under school places. We have four, vocabulary. Okay, let's start with the classroom. Now, a classroom is a room where students learn and teachers guide them. So, in our big world, there are many different places. So, when we talk about classroom, we call it an engaging environment. Why? Well, because this means that the room is built to make you feel happy, to make you feel excited to study. So, everything in the room, from the walls to the floor, is there to help you earn or learn English and other important subjects. Okay, that is classroom. So some tools that we can see is that are the desks, chairs, the learning materials, the board, and many more. Next to the classroom, we have library. Now, when we talk about the library, it is a place where we learn. Okay, this is one of the most wonderful and quiet places as a student. So, how do we define it? A library is a big building or a room that is filled with many, many books. That's basically library. It is a place for everyone in the neighborhood to come and explore. Okay? Okay. Now, inside the library, you'll find many things like shelves or books, comfortable chairs and tables for study. Now, to keep the environment peaceful, we should do the following. We whisper our voice, we walk slowly, we take care of books, no? So that we can really save the books. Okay? So here is the library. Again, that is the library. And we understand, right, that every community needs a library because it gives everyone a chance to grow. It is a place that begins to you and your neighbors. It provides a safe and quiet and happy space for all people of ages. Okay, that is the library. Next, we have the playground. Playground is defined by the special equipment it contains, which is designed to help children to move their bodies in different ways. These tools provide a safe and engaging space for exercise like swing slides and climbing equipment. Okay, that is playground. Larong lahi, basically, we do that. Now, we move on to cafeteria, school cafeteria. This is an important place where students eat lunch and socialize. We eat lunch together in the cafeteria, enjoying delicious meals and chatting with friends in a lively atmosphere. That is what, dim golam ko pertains. So there are places that some people have specific spots where we do important things like living, working, learning, playing. So that is school cafeteria. Okay. We eat lunch, we socialize. It's the main thing that we do in a social cafeteria. Now, what is with it that it's important? The cafeteria, it is an essential part of the school because it supports both your body and your friendships. And after working hard on learning materials in the classroom, your brain needs a break. So the cafeteria provides the break by allowing you to focus on food and friends. That is basically mixing. Okay. Okay. Next to that, we have another category, towns and city places. Now, This is a big community where many people live and work together. While our home is a private place for living, the city is a public place that belongs to everyone. So, in a town or city, you will see many tall buildings and busy streets. And these locations are designed to help a large number of people get what they need, such as food, clothes, and rep. Okay? A town or a city, as I've mentioned, is a big city where many people live and work together, while our home is a private chef or place for living. The city is a public place that belongs to everyone. In a town or city, you will see many tall buildings and busy streets. These locations are designed to help charge loyal number of people get what they need, such as food, no food clouds, and yeah, those things. So that is towns and city places. Okay. Next, okay. Under the category of towns and city places. So far we had discussed about two categories, right? What was the results two categories? She or the animal doesn't allow for it to be touched. So we just let it stay that way. Anyway, our categories include first is what was it? Our first is school places. Second is city places. Okay? So, yes, these are just some of the many that we how do you call it? We called and we answered yes, yes, not yes, but yes, right? So, yes, that is it. Again, a park is a wonderful green space where we can have fun and relax. So, yes, you can prepare one half. You can prepare for this one. Okay? The exam or quiz is very easy. Now, next we have the park. What is a park? A park is an outdoor area designed for people to relax and have fun, and like a classroom, well, which is a room for focused studying. A park is a large open space where you can move freely and enjoy the surrounding. Okay? That is the park. Okay. Next to that is we can do, multiple activities in the park. For example, we play games, we enjoy nature, we walk the dog, we relax, etc. Okay? So the park is an essential part of the play category in our lives. It helps our community stay healthy because it encourages us to move our bodies and breathe fresh air. So library is a peaceful environment while here you are okay, the eldest, right? Still answering? Okay. Kanana, none? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. We have hospitals. We've already talked about this one, that this particular establishment, they are open 24 hours, okay? Now, what is a hospital? It's a vital place for medical care. So, this is where health experts work together. Since it is different from a classroom because instead of books and desks, it is filled with medical tools and beds, right? So, that is it. Next, we have banks. Now, what is a bank? A bank is a place to save or borrow money. It provides services like checking accounts, loans, and safe deposit boxes. And a bank is a place to save or borrow money. It's a place. Okay? Okay. So that is understanding bank. Again, apply a place to save. So when people can return the money, you go outside and then a place to borrow. Sometimes people need a large amount of money to buy a home or a car. And lastly, secure funds. Banks have very strong rooms called safes or vaults. Okay, those are different categories, different not categories, different intentions under the category of towns or city places. And then we ended with this one, and the last one. Now, what is it? In that, people will visit banks to make sure their money is safe and plan to the future. Okay? So, why do we actually get married to this person? Why do you need to marry this person? Well, first of all, they manage money just like you use learning materials to study in school. Adults here used bank services to manage their finances. Next, we have safety. So, keeping a lot of money at home is not always safe. Getting help. Banks of co-workers called tellers or bankers. So, these people are the teachers in classroom. They guide you and help you understand how to use the teachers' bank services. Okay. So, the bank is a very key destination keyword. Keyword, no. Anyway, that is the post office. And then last one is the supermarket. Supermarket is a place where it is a big store where you buy food. It is a vital part of the working and living sections of our community life because it provides the nourishment we need to stay healthy and strong. Okay, that is supermarket. And I think that's the last one. Oh, this is the last one, the bus station. What is a bus station? It is a lively place where buses stop to pick up passengers. So people wait here for their rides, chatting and enjoying the company of others while planning their journeys. Okay? Okay. So that is a bus station. Again, a bus station is a large outdoor area designed, not really outdoor, indoor area designed to organize travel for many people at once, while a classroom is a room for studying, okay, for studying. A bus station is a place, movement, and planning. Okay, that is a bus station, and those are the different things that we've talked about yesterday or in the last meeting, and we're going to continue now with nature places. Oh, there are plenty of them actually. Oh, there will be, I think, more than 10 places for nature. Okay, again, more than 10. Okay, next we have the category nature places. So what are our different categories? First is, what do we call it? Nature places. Aside from that, okay, Pepito. Okay, you've mentioned here the airports where journey begins. So basically, the how do you call it? The airport girl is not lying. It's just that they are keep kept being silent. Okay. So we started with hotels. Well, nature places are area of land and water that have not been covered by tall buildings or roads, while a classroom is an indoor place for nothing. So yes, it is basically saying that a nature is an outdoor endeavor, and these spots are essential from our planet because they have or they provide homes for wildlife and keep your air and water clean. Okay, next We have why do we visit nature? Why do we visit nature? That's basically the question. Okay, do we have an answer? So this is hotel. Okay, let's try to define what a hotel is. So again, nature places, they are how to call it for a moment. Let me just arrange my laptop properly because it's not comfortable for me to do this. The I mean the location. Okay, this one is more comfortable. Anyway, again, our second category is on. Or where are we? Our third category is on nature places. Now, what are nature places? These are areas of land or water that have not been covered by tall buildings or roads. So, it is a place for learning nature, an outdoor place for discovery. So, these spots are essential for our planet because they provide homes for wildlife and keep our water and air clean. Okay, so that is nature places. Now, how do you call it? In these spots are essential for our planet, right? So in nature, we move away from our homes to see the world as it grows on its own. You might visit a forest full of trees, um, a high mountain, or a wide blue ocean. Each of these is a wonderful environment where we can explore the truth of the earth. So we visit nature places to find a balance in our lives, just as we visit in the park. Okay. So each of these is a wonderful environment where on uh we can learn or we can explore the earth. That is it. Anyway, when it comes to nature places, we naturally visit it because we want to find balance in our lives. So just as we visit the park to have fun and relax, we visit deep nature places to feel connected to the world around us. For example, they do fresh air and deep breath. Okay? Nature places are what do you call it? Okay. Nature places are the best spots to breathe fresh air, which helps our bodies recover and stay strong. Okay? So the next to that is this is quiet and peace. Much like the library, nature offers a quiet space where we can think and feel calm. And last one is we observe wildlife. These are the only places where we can see animals like birds, squirrels, or fish living in their natural homes. Okay, so nature places is a very important location because nature is a shared community resource. We must treat it with respect. Okay? When we visit the playground, we follow the rules to stay safe. In nature, we follow rules to keep the environment safe. So this means not leaving any trash behind and being kind to every living thing we find. Okay? That is nature places. Now, there are also different terms or categories or vocabulary under nature places. First, we have the beach. A beach is a sandy area by the ocean or lake. We swim and build sandcastles at the beach, enjoying the sun and fresh air while having fun with friends and family. So, yes, a beach is a sandy area by the ocean or a lake. It is an exciting outdoor environment, belongs to everyone, is perfectly okay for having friends with family. But yeah, okay, that is beach. So again, a beach is a unique place for playing that is created by nature. Unlike a classroom, which is an indoor room for studying, the beach is a wide open space where you can enjoy the sun and fresh air. Okay. So there is sandy area, again, the ground that is, or at the beach that is covered. Then we also have steer, yeah. Yes, we'd also do that, okay? So sandy area, the group at the beach is covered one sand instead of one grass or floor tiles. So this soft sand makes it very perfect environment for walking barefoot. Aside from that, we practice near the water. So beaches are located right next to the ocean or large lakes, providing a cool and refreshing place to be on a hot day. Sublime and sharply. Sublime in a way that it is an outdoor association or destination, while visiting each helps sunshine and fresh air retreats and muster. Okay. So for activities at the beach is one of the most places for playing just because there are fires. There's so many things that are happening. Tell me if it's first, second, third, or fourth year, or even fifth year. Okay. When I say child, swimming, especially in swimming, okay, that is the face of regret. Anyway, in the beach we do swimming. Many people visit the beach specifically to visit or swim in the cold water. It is a great way to exercise and have fun at the same time, okay? Next, we have building sandcastles. Because the sand is very easy to move, children love to build great way to exercise and have fun at the same time, okay? Again, Lola and Lola. Okay, grandmother and grandfather. Anyway, swimming, many people visit the beach specifically to swim in the water that is swimming. Buildings and castles is basically you can use buckets and shovels to create big towers and walls. And last one is relaxing with family. So just like the park family, it has been, you know, done that we've already shared our share. So that is congratulations. Okay? All right. So in our list of town and city places, the beach is a special destination that people often visit during the free time or on boys or on holidays. While the hospital is vital for our team or health and the bank, vital for our money, the beach is important because it gives us a place to be happy and active. Okay. Much like the playground, that provides fun exercise to children during recess. So the beach provides often processes enough processes because the beach is a lively atmosphere where you can hear the sound of the waves and the laughter of people playing. So it is a place where we make wonderful memories with our loved ones, whether you are swimming the water or just reapplying or enjoying the fresh air at the beach, at a destination, or whatever makes our world a more beautiful place. Okay, let's start with this one: mountains. Okay, we are going to start with mountains. We're done with beach. So, mountains, as defined here, a mountain is a high, tall landform that offers stunning views and adventures. We often hike up the mountain on weekends to enjoy nature and stay calm with grace. Okay, so that is mountains. Okay, now in our community, places are the specific areas where we learn, right? So when we want to see the highest points in nature and challenge our bodies, we still have to visit someone. Derola. Okay, that's correct. That can be, right? For a moment. I forgot to tell you that there are times that I may pause because I really need to cough, okay? I'm sick. Anyway, a mountain, it is a natural part of the landscape that rises much higher than the land around it. So, classroom is a room for focused studying, but a mountain is a massive outdoor space for exploring the physical. world. Now, what are the different characteristics? First is it is a high and tall landform. Mountains are the tallest structures you will see in nature. They are so high that the air at the top is often much cooler than the air at the bottom, okay? Sorry for that. Continuing for a moment. Let's continue. Again, mountain first is high and tall landform. Second, there are stunning views because they are so tall. Mountains provide stunning views. For example, at the top, you can look down and see the whole city. So the forest and sometimes even the distant beach. You can see that. And the next to that is adventures. Mountains are places for adventures. So every path up a mountain is a journey to discovery where you can see unique rocks, plants, and animals. Okay. Next, the mountains are a perfect place for playing for people who love to be actor, actor, who love to be an active uh, teacher outdoor. So families often visit these tall landforms on weekends to spend time together. So what can you do? You can do hiking. What is hiking? So many people enjoy the challenge of a hike up the mountain. Hiking is like walking, but it requires more strength because you are moving forward. Okay. Next, we have hiking. Who is hiking? Okay. Anyway, um, that is hiking. Aside from that, we stay active. How? We climb or walk on a mountain, which is a great way to say stay active and friends and family. So it takes your heart. Okay. So we enjoy nature, just like the park is a green space for everyone. Enjoyed. The mountains offer a wilder version of nature where you can see how much work looks from high above. Okay. Aside from that, we also have photography because of the stunning winds or views. Many people bring cameras to this day. Okay. Next, we have the mountain in our community. So, in our list of town and places, city places, mountains are often natural boundaries that surround where we live. So they remind us of the beauty and power of the natural world. So, a hospital, if you remember it correctly, it is a vital place for medical care. The mountains are a vital part of our spirit and physical health. So, much like the playground, yes, that's one. The fun and exercise for all ages is correct. Okay. Okay. So, that is a mountain. Okay. Next one. Okay. So that is mountain. So mountains are home to many plants and animals. So we must respect the environment just as we follow rules in the library to keep it a peaceful environment. We follow rules on the mountain, like staying on the path to keep the nature safe and beautiful for everyone. Okay. Reaching the top of a mountain is a great lesson in learning. Why? Well, it teaches us that if we keep moving forward and do not give up, we can reach high goals. Using your learning materials like a map or compass can help you find your way safely. So, by understanding that the pronouns is a high, tall landform, you are learning about the geography that makes our world so interesting. It is a different perspectives that offers air of fresh air. Okay. Anyway, that is so that's it. Those are some just drawings of that pertains to mountains. So by understanding that a mountain is a high, tall addendum, you cannot put any subtles. Okay, that is it. Since we're confirmed. Okay, we are going to have a quick break. We will be back by 6:40. Okay, 5 minute break. Go. Okay, we're back. Sorry. So we've already done with mountains. Let's go to rivers. A river is a large stream of water that flows continuously. Rivers provide habitats for various wildlife, including fish, and are essential for ecosystems, recreation, and transportation in many communities. In our community, places are the specific areas where we live, work, learn, and play, right? So when we explore the natural world, one of the most important and moving parts of the landscape is a river. A river is a large stream of water that flows continuously. It is an essential environment that supports life and helps connect different parts of our town and city. So a river, as mentioned earlier, it is a natural path of water that usually travels toward an ocean or a lake or another river. So, in comparison to a classroom where it is a room for focused studying with desks and chairs, a river is a wild moving space that never stops because it has large stream of water. So rivers are much bigger than the small streams you might find in a park. They carry a lot of water across the land. It also flows continuously. Continuously means that the water is always moving. Even if it looks calm, the water in the river is on a journey. And essential for ecosystems. So an ecosystem, it is a community of living things. And rivers are essential because they provide the fresh water that plants and animals need to survive. So the river is really a very busy place for living for many different creatures because it is habitats for wildfire. A habitat, again, that is a home for living things, especially those who are not humans. Rivers provide habitats for various wildlife, including many types of fish, frogs, and birds. They also water for they also have water for plants. The trees and flowers that grow along the river banks use the following water to stay healthy and green. And visiting animals from the nearby forest or mountains often come to the river to drink. Okay? In our list of towns and city places, a river is often a destination for both work and fun. So we have recreation. This word means having the fun. People visit rivers for recreation, such as boating, fishing, or having a picnic by the water. Much like the playground provides on an exercise, okay? So the river offers a place for outdoor adventures, and in transportation, in many communities, rivers are used for transportation. So there are large boats that can carry goods and people along the water, similar to how buses move people at a bus station. And last one is CARRRR. Because rivers are so important for the lively atmosphere of our world, we must take care of them just as we keep our homes and classrooms organized. We must keep our rivers clean. If we throw trash into a river, it can hurt the fish and travel all the way to the beach. And by understanding that a river is a large stream of water, you are understanding or learning about how nature provides the things we need to live. It is a destination that reminds us that everything in our community, the land, the water, and the people is connected to each other. Okay? That is river. Next, we have forest. Again, forest. What is a forest? A forest is a large area full of trees, providing homes for various animals. It is a vital ecosystem that supports biodiversity, offering shelter and food. And then community, a forest is a large area full of trees. It is a vital ecosystem that supports biodiversity and provides a beautiful environment for everyone to enjoy. So, what is forest? That is a unique place for living for many creatures, and it is defined by the high number of trees that grow too close together. While classroom is a room where students learn with materials, well, desks and books. The forest is a natural classroom where we can learn about the earth. Okay, anything about the earth. We are stuck with the winner where it has large area of trees. Forests can cover many miles of land and be killed with various kinds of looks. So you're invited, okay? That is a river, if you can see. So the river, um, how do you call that? The river is really used for all living and non-living things or persons. So again, there are large area trees. Forests can cover many miles of land, filled with various kinds of tall and short area. We also have had done place um where the forest can cover many miles of land, filled with various kinds of tall and short trees. We also have ecosystem. No, it is a community where people living things interact with their environment. So the forest is vital because it helps clean the air we breathe and provides resources for our community. And last one is beautiful environment. Now with its green leaves, colorful flowers, and the sound of wind in the branches, the forest is a beautiful environment for humans to visit. Okay? Okay. Now, forest is a home for wildlife. The most important job of a forest is providing homes for various animals, especially those aggressive ones. The natural home is called a habitat, right? I've mentioned this earlier. So, when it comes to habitat, there should be shelter and food. The forest offers shelter and food for wildlife. Birds build nests in the high branches while deer and rabbits find safety on the forest floor. There's also supporting biodiversity. Biodiversity means having many different types of life, and because the cost of a foreign thing. Okay, what happened? Was he sad because okay he won't be able to see the staffs for this particular event? Okay, there's no enough peaceful rage there. Okay, so yes, that is it. No, we shelter and food. We support biodiversity. What do we mean by biodiversity? It means having many different types of life. And because a forest has so many trees and plants, it can support thousands of different insects, different mammals, different animals, different birds. And this is a peaceful habitat, just like a library. It is a peaceful environment for people to read. The forest is a peaceful home where animals can raise their families away from the busy city. So, in our list of towns and city places, forest is often located on the outskirts of where we live. So, it acts as a natural neighbor to our homes. That is where this, thing is. So, in our list of towns and city places, actually natural places, the forest is often located on the outskirts of where we live. Again, it acts as a natural neighbor to our homes. While a park is a wonderful green space, which we have already talked about last meeting, it is designed for families to play and walk dogs. A forest is a much larger and wilder area. Much like a hospital is vital for medical care, so the forest is vital for the health of our planet. Even though it is a wild place, the forest is also a destination for fun and exercise. So people visit the forest to hike on trails, to breathe fresh air, to enjoy the quiet sounds of nature. Okay? Now, discovering the forest habitat. Visiting a forest is a great way to practice learning. You can use your learning materials to identify different types of leaves, to track the footprints of animals, and by understanding that a forest is how do you call it? It is a large area full of trees. You are learning how our world provides a place for all living things to survive. It is a destination that connects us to history of the earth and reminds us to take care of our vital ecosystems. Okay. And then we have the next one, farm. I think this will be the last vocabulary for today, for this session. Okay. Farm. A farm is a wonderful place where people grow food and raise animals. Farmers work hard to ensure that we have fresh fruits, vegetables, and dairy products. especially to enjoy every day. So, when we want to see where our food comes from and how animals are cared for, we visit a farm. A farm is a wonderful place where people grow food and raise animals. It is an essential part of working. Okay? So it is part of the working section of our community because it provides the fresh products we need to stay healthy. Now, what is farm? A farm, as defined earlier, it is a large area of land used for agriculture. While a classroom is a room for studying English and other subjects, a farm is an outdoor space for producing the things we use every day. For example, this is for growing food. So farmers work very hard to ensure we have fresh fruits and vegetables to eat, much like we find food at the supermarket. So the farm is where that food begins its journey. Next, we are raising animals. Farms are also homes for various animals. You might see cows, you might see chickens, no, or sheep living in the fields or barns. And then aside from that, we also have dairy products. Along with plants, farmers raise animals to provide the dairy products such as milk and cheese for us to enjoy. So the hard work of a farmer, farming is not an easy job. Farmers um they do all these things all day. So the farm is a place for working where people have very important jobs. It ensures freshness. Farmers really work hard every day to make sure that the food they grow is of the best quality, and then they use learning materials. To run a farm, people use learning materials like tools, machinery and science to help their crops grow stronger. And last one is taking care of the nature because farms rely on the river for water and the sun of energy. Farmers must be very careful to look after the land. Okay. Now the farm in our town and city. The farm is a major destination in the town and city places category, actually in nature places. Even if a farm is located far from your home, it is connected to your life every time you eat a meal. So while the park is a green space for relaxing and walking dogs, a farm is a green space for production and labor, much like the hospital, vital for medical care. Okay. The farm here is really vital because it provides the punishment, and not punishment, but nourishment our bodies need to function. So, learning from the farm, visiting a farm is a great way to practice your learning skills. You can learn the names of different animals or see how a small seed grows into a tall plant. It is an engaging environment where you can see the results of hard work. And by understanding that the farm is a wonderful place where people grow food, you are learning about the foundation of our community. It is a destination that provides us with fresh fruits, with fresh vegetables, and of course, aside from that, dairy products to enjoy every day. That is the importance of farm. Okay? Again, this will be the last vocabulary for today. We're going to continue next meeting. Now, let's try to review what was learned in this evening. So, again, we are done with school places, and how to call it, school places and towns or cities. We continue tonight with nature places, which includes the beach, the mountains, the rivers, the forest, farm. Okay. Can farm, forest, rivers, mountains, and beach. So we're talking about that. And then next is we talked about home places. No, not yet. We are already ending on the farm. So on the next meeting, we're going to talk about home places. Okay. Again, these are the different vocabulary words that we've learned today with great or extensive looking at this, its definition, its function, as well as rich and substantial examples, okay? Which is good. Anyway, any questions, everyone? You can always use our chat box there, and I'm constantly checking so that I cannot miss any responses. Okay. This is the old sofa, right? Okay, it is. Okay. Thank you all for being here with me, and I will be seeing you next week. Goodbye. Okay. Those are nature places. Any questions? I guess none. I was waiting for questions. If there are, I was looking at the chat box, but I think there are no questions. Then that is all for me today, everyone. Goodbye, and I hope you had a great rest of the evening ahead. Goodbye, and see you on tomorrow's meeting. When it comes to continuation on the places. So for tomorrow, we are going to start with home places. Okay. Again, are there any questions? None? Then that is all for me today. Goodbye, everyone.